Having explored the Dask library, in this video we will be exploring the Vaex data frame. This is again in the week of big data processing using Python. So we'll get introduced to the Vaex library and the Vaex data frame, and then we'll take a look at a demo for the Vaex library. Okay, so let's get started. So the Vaex library is also very popular for very big data processing using Python. So the data frame library is very similar to Pandas. It's very memory efficient because of its expression system. What it means is Pandas, what happens is it creates a copy of the data in the memory every time, whereas Vaex just makes a reference to the actual data itself that is there on the disk. So it can handle over 1 billion row even in your laptop. No need to form cluster. This we will see later as well as we look at other tools that are available such as Spark, which is more distributed and runs across multiple clusters, right? So here the need for a tool will be based on how much data does an organization have. Because when you're starting to run clusters, then there is a lot of configuration that needs to go into cluster management, etc. So Vaex sort of relieves us of all of that, especially if you are able to handle within your laptop. So Vaex uses memory mapping, zero memory copy policy, and lazy computation for best performance. So which means no memory gets wasted, and as in Dask, there is lazy and eager computation. What lazy and eager computation mean is most of your computation doesn't happen as soon as you give command to it, right? So all of the steps that needs to be done are just collected, and then only when you say a compute kind of function, very similar to what we saw in Dask, the actual computation actually happens, right? So till then the actual computation doesn't happen. So there are many, of course, domains specific libraries within Vaex, like Vaex HDFS that helps HDFS file support, Vaex Arrow. So Apache Arrow is another language independent columnar memory format for flat and hierarchical data. So it's becoming more and more popular. So it is organized for efficient analytic operation on modern architectures like your CPUs and GPUs. Vaex also has a visualization module. Vaex has its machine learning module, etc. So in this video, what we are going to look at it is we are going to take one of the Vaex library demo, which is that comes out of a talk called Out of Core Data Frames for Python in the SciPy conference 2019. So we'll do something very similar to what we have done for Dask. You can go ahead and clone this library, and then we will walk through the Dask library so that we can understand it.
I'm going to go through the Vaex library demo. So as I specified in the lecture, so this is based on the conference talk given by one of the founders of Vaex in the SciPy conference 2019. So you can go ahead and do a git clone of this repository, right? So that is what you see here. And then if you open your Jupyter notebook, so I'm not going to go through all of it, but just to get you started. So the data set that is required for this, you can download it basically from the link that I have given. So if you go into the repository itself, so this is a data file link, and then you can take the NYC data. Here also we are going to use the New York taxi data 2015. So this is in HDFS format, which is the Hadoop distributed file systems format. We'll talk more about it in the next module that we are going to look at. So if you, so it's about 12 GB. So that's what I have used, and I have also pasted it into this folder so that it's easy to access. Okay, so I'm importing all of these, then importing Vaex. In this case, you will not be using this path, right? So I'm directly reading Vaex.open, the LO taxi 2015 dot HTF5, right? So that's the format. So if you look at it, it's actually a 12 GB file, but it reads very, very, very quickly. That is because of the way expressions are being used, because it directly refers to the memory location. It doesn't load this data set into the memory, right? It's directly using in the file store. And then you can sort of use very similar to your Python. Uh, Look at the values of, let's say, trip distance, or look at only a particular column. If you want to do tip amount by total amount, things like that, right? So all of this is possible. So if you want to create a new column, your virtual column, which is tip percentage, tip amount by total amount, right? So if you look at it, you can see that your the percentage gets added on here. So all of it, so this is, it basically has a very, it's a zero memory wastage system. So it basically looks at making sure that it is super, super efficient, right? So just like your DAX, your VAX also does lazy and eager execution. So you can read a little bit more about, because a lot of people, especially for big data, they don't really use Pandas data frame, because it does a lot of copying of your data at multiple levels, right? So whereas because of the way DAX work, it's like really lightning speed. Okay, so I will let you to explore the rest of the file. Thank you.
So to summarize, we have taken a look at the vast library, which uses vast data frame, which is extremely memory efficient because it sort of doesn't waste memory at all. It's a zero memory wastage. It does zero memory copy. All right, so it's very, very efficient. So that is another library to keep in to use when you are doing big data processing just using your own single machine. Then we also took a look at the vast library demo from the conference. All right, so I have also given you some references to the conference talk itself and the GitHub, and what is the difference between the Dask and Vax libraries. Okay, so do take a look at it. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.